Ladies and gentlemen, let's Gamer Telecom video. We're going to be taking a look at Metal Gear Solid 5 running on 4K, downsampled down to 1080p versus just a native 1080p image. Now, of course, downsampling or dynamic super resolution or AMD's virtual super resolution, it fixes quite a few of the issues that are present in Metal Gear Solid 5. Effectively, one of the main problems that you're going to notice throughout the game is that, well, you'll have problems with what is known as sub-pixel artifacts. Now, sub-pixel artifacts, in a nutshell, are when an object doesn't quite have enough pixels to really render all of the details. I do explain it better, of course, in the article, but for brevity's sake. So what happens is that chain link fences particularly can look rather ugly. You'll notice that sometimes, quite literally, links are missing and it looks a little bit janky. There are other problems you'll have with, say, grass and other finer details. Now, running with DSR, you're going to get much higher quality, and it does fix those problems. It also helps to fix some of the inherent softness that I was discussing in regards to the screen filtering, which is a bit of a problem that you can't really get around if you do want those better depth of field effects and so on, that setting does naturally apply. In terms of performance, fortunately, if you've got something along the lines of a GTX 780, you're going to definitely be able to play at 4K without too much problem, although you're probably going to have a frame rate of about 30 FPS. If you're willing to go with a slightly lower resolution, for example, but not limited to 1440p and downsample, then that's not a problem. Of course, if you naturally have a high resolution display, then more power to you. But either way, it does definitely start improving the differences. Now, in this video, we were running at 4K resolution, and in addition to that, we forced 2x MSAA in NVIDIA's control panel. And you certainly won't be getting 60 FPS on virtually any single card setup, at least right now. But if you do want that 60 FPS, you're probably going to be going an SLI route. So, for example, SLI 780s or SLI 980s, something along those lines. With a single card, you're certainly going to be getting 30 to 50 frames a second, depending on the GPU setup. Obviously, however, you do want quite a bit of RAM if you're going to be going the 4K route, because otherwise you're going to be starting to run out of VRAM. Certainly at least 2 GB is recommended for 1080p, and thus I would recommend about 3 GB for, well, 4K. So if you've got the GPU to run the game at this high resolution, you're going to find that shadows, textures and so on, which are a little bit of a problem in the game, texture quality is roughly interchangeable between the PS4 and the PC, so certainly running the game at this high resolution, downsampling and so on, does definitely start to improve the texture quality, or at least perceived texture quality. And obviously running, say, AF times 16 is certainly going to only benefit things a little bit more as well. Anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Take care. Bye for now.